Private jets are often seen as the ultimate symbol of freedom, where you call the shots, from the itinerary to the in-flight experience. Many believe this freedom extends to lighting up a cigar or cigarette at 40,000 feet, a luxury long gone from commercial flights. But the reality is more nuanced. While private aviation offers unmatched personalization, it's not a lawless sky. Strict rules and protocols still govern what you can and can't do on board, especially when it comes to smoking. The myth of anything goes is just that, a myth. Understanding the real policies behind private jet travel is crucial to avoid surprises and ensure a seamless experience. So, can you actually smoke on a private jet? The answer isn't as simple as yes or no. Let's break down the truth behind the luxury and see what really happens once the cabin door closes. Before you board, know this. Private jets are governed by professional standards, not just personal preference. The FAA doesn't ban smoking on private non-commercial aircraft, which leads many to assume it's always allowed. In reality, the aircraft owner and charter operator set the rules. And most enforce a strict no-smoking policy. Why? To protect the aircraft's value and ensure safety. Smoke damages luxury interiors and can trigger sensitive alarms. For an asset worth millions, even a hint of smoke can mean costly cleaning and lost business. Safety is paramount. Open flames and smoke are risks no operator wants to take. So, when planning your flight, expect a smoke-free environment unless you've confirmed otherwise in advance. Knowing these norms helps you avoid awkward moments and ensures your journey meets your expectations. The FAA sets the rules for all aviation in the U.S., but there's a key difference between commercial and private flights. Commercial airlines have a total smoking ban for health and safety reasons. Private jets, under Part 91 regulations, don't have a federal smoking ban. This legal gray area leads many to believe smoking is always allowed on private flights. In truth, the FAA leaves the decision to the aircraft owner and operator. It's not a green light for smoking. It's a transfer of authority. The absence of a federal ban doesn't guarantee you can light up. The final say always rests with those who own and manage the jet. Understanding this distinction is key to navigating private aviation without surprises. In private aviation, operator and owner policies matter more than federal regulations. Most enforce a no-smoking rule to protect their investment and reputation. Smoke damages luxury interiors, leaves lingering odors, and can cost thousands to clean. A jet that smells of smoke is hard to charter and loses value fast. Safety is another major factor. Open flames and smoke detectors don't mix at 40,000 feet. A strict no-smoking policy is the simplest way to ensure safety and quality for every client. Breaking this rule can mean hefty fees, flight termination, or being blacklisted. Respecting these rules is essential for a smooth, premium experience. Book with any top charter company, and you'll find a strict no-smoking policy is the norm. This isn't hidden. It's a clear condition of every charter agreement. The policy protects the aircraft, streamlines operations, and guarantees a pristine cabin for every client. For business travelers and families alike, a smoke-free jet is a mark of professionalism and care. This rule covers all tobacco products, cigarettes, cigars, pipes, and more. Attempting to break it can lead to serious consequences, including cleaning fees and being banned from future flights. The private aviation world is small. Your reputation matters. Embrace the standard, and your private jet experience will be memorable for all the right reasons. While a strict no-smoking policy is the norm, there are situations where a degree of flexibility can be found. This leads to the second type of policy: restricted smoking. This is not an open invitation to light up at will, but rather a carefully negotiated and prearranged exception to the standard rule. This option is far less common and is typically only available through specific operators or on certain aircraft within a fleet. Securing a flight with restricted smoking privileges requires proactive communication and full transparency from the client or their broker. You must declare your intention to smoke during the booking process, allowing the operator to determine if they can accommodate the request. If an operator agrees to permit smoking, it will almost always come with a set of stringent conditions. First and foremost, you should expect to pay a substantial deep cleaning surcharge. This fee, which can range from a few thousand to over $10,000, covers the cost of a specialized cleaning process required to remove all traces of smoke residue and odor from the cabin. This is not a standard cleaning. It often involves ozone generators and the meticulous cleaning of every surface, from the upholstery and carpets to the air ducts. This fee is non-negotiable and serves to restore the aircraft to its pristine, charter-ready condition for the next client. Furthermore, the act of smoking itself will likely be confined to a specific, designated area of the aircraft. In larger, multi-zone cabins, this might be restricted to the aft section, away from the cockpit and primary passenger seating areas. This is done to minimize the smoke's impact on the entire cabin and to contain the residue as much as possible. The crew will provide clear instructions on where and when smoking is permitted, and these rules must be followed precisely. The use of specific types of tobacco, such as limiting it to cigars rather than cigarettes, may also be part of the agreement, as some operators find cigar smoke easier to manage. It is crucial to understand that this is a bespoke arrangement that must be confirmed in writing within the charter agreement. A verbal confirmation is not sufficient. The written contract should explicitly state that smoking is permitted, outline the associated fees, and detail any specific restrictions or conditions. This documentation protects both the passenger and the operator, preventing any misunderstandings or disputes after the flight. For business planners or executive assistants arranging travel for a VIP who smokes, securing these terms in writing is an essential step in ensuring a seamless and issue-free journey, guaranteeing that all expectations are managed and met before the aircraft even leaves the ground. In the modern private aviation landscape, finding an aircraft that is genuinely smoker-friendly is akin to searching for a unicorn. These jets are exceptionally rare, but they do exist. Typically, these aircraft are not part of the large branded charter fleets. Instead, they are often privately owned by individuals who are smokers themselves and have made their aircraft available for charter on a very selective basis. These owners have accepted the impact smoking will have on their aircraft's value and have often invested in features to make the experience more pleasant and manageable, setting their jets apart from the mainstream charter market. These rare smoker-friendly jets are often distinguished by specialized modifications designed to handle tobacco smoke. This can include advanced, high-capacity air filtration and circulation systems that are more powerful than standard units, helping to clear the air more quickly and efficiently. Some may even feature dedicated smoking lounges or cabins with separate ventilation. The interiors might be designed with materials that are less absorbent and easier to clean, such as specific types of leather and non-porous surfaces, in anticipation of regular smoking. The owners of these aircraft understand the niche they are serving and have equipped their assets accordingly to cater to this specific preference. Booking such an aircraft almost always requires the expertise of a seasoned and well-connected charter broker. These specialists have deep relationships within the industry and maintain private lists of these off-market or boutique-operated jets. They know which owners are open to smoker charters and under what terms. An experienced broker can navigate these discreet channels on your behalf, discreetly inquiring about availability and negotiating the terms of the charter. This is not something you are likely to find on a public booking platform. It relies on insider knowledge and trusted professional networks to connect the right client with the right aircraft for a truly customized flight experience. Even on these purpose-built or specially designated aircraft, travelers should still expect certain protocols. While the rules may be more relaxed, there will still be guidelines provided by the licensed crew to ensure safety and comfort. Furthermore, even if the owner is a smoker, a cleaning fee may still be applied, especially if the charter is for an extended period or involves heavy smoking. The key takeaway is that while these smoker-friendly jets offer the most freedom, they are a niche product within the luxury market. Accessing them requires planning, expert assistance, and an understanding that this premium, specialized service comes with its own set of expectations and costs, ensuring a seamless experience for those who value this particular luxury. A primary reason operators enforce strict no-smoking policies is the profound and irreversible impact smoking has on the aircraft's financial value. A private jet is not merely a mode of transport, it's a multi-million-dollar asset, and its owner or operator has a vested interest in preserving its value for as long as possible. The resale market for pre-owned aircraft is highly competitive, and prospective buyers are overwhelmingly meticulous. An aircraft that has been exposed to tobacco smoke suffers from a significant and quantifiable depreciation that goes far beyond normal wear and tear. This financial consideration is often the most compelling factor driving the industry-wide prohibition, trumping even the most insistent passenger requests. The long-term investment strategy for the aircraft almost always prioritizes its future marketability over short-term passenger preferences. The moment a cigarette or cigar is lit inside a cabin, its value begins to diminish. Smoke permeates every soft surface, including the plush, custom-made carpets, the expensive suede or fabric wall panels, and the hand-stitched leather seats. These materials act like sponges, absorbing the tar and nicotine, which leaves behind a stubborn, yellowish stain and a pervasive odor that is notoriously difficult to eliminate. Unlike a simple spill that can be spot cleaned, smoke residue embeds itself deep within the fibers and padding. This damage is often considered permanent by discerning buyers and appraisers. An aircraft with a history of being smoked in will immediately be flagged in a pre-purchase inspection, leading to a drastically lower offer, or causing a potential buyer to walk away entirely in favor of a pristine, smoke-free alternative. To put this in perspective, the cost of remediating a smoke-damaged cabin is astronomical. It often requires a complete interior refurbishment, which can easily run into the hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars depending on the size of the jet and the quality of its fittings. This process involves stripping out all the upholstery, carpets, headliners, and soft furnishings and replacing them. Even the wooden veneers and composite surfaces may need to be professionally treated or replaced. For an owner, the cost of allowing smoking on even a handful of flights is simply not worth the catastrophic financial hit they will inevitably take upon selling the aircraft. The math is simple. A few hours of passenger indulgence can lead to a permanent 6- or 7-figure loss in asset value. This focus on resale value is a core component of premium hospitality and asset management in the private aviation sector. Operators and owners aim to provide a luxury experience that feels brand new for every single guest. Maintaining a smoke-free environment is essential to upholding this standard. It ensures that the aircraft remains a top-tier asset, desirable on both the charter and resale markets. This business-centric approach guarantees that the quality promised to every client, from corporate executives to leisure travelers, is consistently delivered. The strict no-smoking policy is, therefore, less about restricting personal freedom and more about sound financial stewardship and the preservation of the luxury experience itself for all future passengers. Beyond the obvious impact on resale value, the physical residue left behind by tobacco smoke poses a significant threat to the integrity of the aircraft's cabin and its sophisticated systems. This is a major concern for any high-end concierge client, medical transport team, or business professional who expects a flawless environment. The sticky tar-like film created by smoke does not just settle on visible surfaces. It is drawn into the aircraft's environmental control systems and air circulation ducts. This unseen contamination can lead to a host of problems that affect the quality of the cabin atmosphere and the mechanical reliability of the aircraft, making it a serious issue for operators committed to providing a high-quality, same-day ready jet for their clients. The residue that coats the inside of the ventilation system can be particularly problematic. Over time, this buildup can clog filters and restrict airflow, reducing the efficiency of the heating and air conditioning systems. More alarmingly, it creates a persistent stale odor that gets recirculated throughout the cabin every time the system is turned on. Even after a deep cleaning of the main cabin, the smell can linger within the ductwork, emerging on subsequent flights and creating an unpleasant experience for non-smoking passengers. Eradicating smoke odor from an aircraft's entire ventilation network is an incredibly complex and expensive undertaking, often requiring partial disassembly of the interior to gain access, resulting in significant downtime for the aircraft. Furthermore, This residue can have a corrosive effect on the delicate electronic components that are housed throughout a modern aircraft's cabin. The fine particulate matter in smoke can settle on circuit boards, switches, and connectors, potentially leading to intermittent faults or outright failure of in-flight entertainment systems, lighting controls, and other passenger-facing amenities. For an operator whose brand is built on providing a seamless and luxurious experience, having these systems malfunction due to preventable contamination is simply unacceptable. It undermines the promise of reliability and high-quality service, creating a poor impression on clients who are paying a premium for perfection and dependability on their journey. This is why the concern over smoke damage extends far beyond just aesthetics. It is a matter of operational integrity and delivering on the promise of a premium environment. For clients like medical transport teams who require a sterile and controlled atmosphere for patients, any form of airborne contaminant is out of the question. Similarly, for a C-suite executive preparing for a crucial meeting, the comfort and quality of the cabin environment are paramount. The decision to ban smoking is a proactive measure to protect the complex, integrated systems of the aircraft and to guarantee that every passenger on every flight steps into a cabin that is truly clean, fresh, and functioning perfectly. The reasons for banning smoking on private jets extend well beyond the cabin environment, touching upon critical areas of risk management, including insurance policies and manufacturer warranties. Most insurance providers that underwrite these multi-million-dollar assets view smoking as an unnecessary increase in risk. Consequently, many aviation insurance policies contain specific clauses that may limit liability or even void coverage entirely if damage or an incident is found to be related to smoking. An onboard fire, however small, that is traced back to a cigarette could give the insurer grounds to deny a claim, leaving the aircraft owner facing catastrophic financial losses for repairs or, in a worst-case scenario, the total loss of the aircraft. Similarly, the warranties on various components of the aircraft can be jeopardized. The manufacturers of the luxurious interior furnishings, the sophisticated avionics, and the complex environmental control systems provide warranties based on normal use and operating conditions. The introduction of smoke, a known contaminant, can be cited as a breach of these conditions. If a sensitive electronic component fails, or the upholstery prematurely degrades, the manufacturer could refuse to honor the warranty claim if evidence of smoking is discovered. This leaves the owner responsible for the full cost of repair or replacement, turning what should be a covered expense into a significant out-of-pocket financial burden. Operators are simply unwilling to take this financial gamble. Of course, the most fundamental risk associated with smoking is fire. While modern aircraft are constructed with advanced fire retardant materials and equipped with sophisticated fire detection and suppression systems, the principle of mitigating risk wherever possible is a cornerstone of aviation safety culture. Introducing an open flame in an enclosed pressurized environment at 40,000 feet is a variable that is easily eliminated. A moment of carelessness, a dropped cigar, or an ember falling onto a carpet or into a crevice could have devastating consequences. For the flight crew, whose primary responsibility is the safety of everyone on board, eliminating this risk is a non-negotiable aspect of professional airmanship and responsible operation. Ultimately, the combination of these factors creates an overwhelming case against allowing smoking. The potential for voided insurance and warranties, coupled with the ever-present, albeit low risk of fire, presents a level of liability that no responsible owner or licensed operator is willing to accept. In the world of premium hospitality, where safety, reliability, and financial prudence are paramount, the decision to enforce a strict no-smoking rule is a logical and necessary one. It protects the passengers, the crew, and the asset itself, ensuring that the entire operation is conducted under the safest and most professional standards possible, aligning with the high expectations of every business and leisure traveler. In the ongoing conversation about in-flight rules, the rise of vaping and e-cigarettes has introduced a new layer of complexity and, honestly, a common point of confusion for travelers. Many passengers who are aware of the strict prohibitions against traditional smoking might assume that these modern alternatives offer, a clever safer and permissible workaround. The argument often heard is that vaping does not involve combustion, produces no ash, and generates a vapor that is supposedly less offensive and harmful than tobacco smoke. From this perspective, it may seem like a reasonable compromise, allowing them to satisfy a nicotine craving without breaking the cardinal rule against lighting up. This assumption, however, is a significant miscalculation in the world of professional private aviation, where policies are designed with precision and an abundance of caution. The overwhelming majority of experienced, licensed operators and charter companies explicitly include vaping and the use of e-cigarettes in their comprehensive no-smoking bans. The policy is not just about smoking in the traditional sense, but about maintaining the absolute purity of the cabin environment and eliminating all potential risks, no matter how small they may seem. When you review a charter agreement, the language is often very specific, prohibiting the use of cigarettes, cigars, pipes, e-cigarettes, and any other vapor-producing devices. This is not an oversight. It is a deliberate and considered decision based on the potential impact of vapor on the aircraft's interior and its sensitive systems, ensuring there's no gray area for passengers to misinterpret. This blanket prohibition can sometimes come as a surprise to passengers, leading to awkward and uncomfortable situations. A traveler might discreetly use a vape pen, believing it to be harmless, only to be admonished by a crew member. This creates a negative experience for both the passenger and the crew, who are simply enforcing the operator's established safety and quality standards. Understanding this rule before you board is therefore essential for a smooth journey. The core principle for operators remains the same. Any substance introduced into the cabin air, whether through combustion or vaporization, is considered a contaminant until proven otherwise, and the industry defaults to a position of zero tolerance to protect the asset and the experience for all future clients. The rationale for including vaping in the ban is multifaceted, mirroring the concerns associated with traditional tobacco. While the immediate smell might be less pungent, the chemical residue from e-liquids still poses a problem, and the vapor itself can interfere with the aircraft's systems in unexpected ways. For business owners, event planners, and anyone arranging travel for others, it is crucial to communicate this policy clearly to all passengers in the traveling party. Ensuring everyone is aware that the no-smoking rule is all-encompassing is a key part of managing expectations and guaranteeing that the high-quality, trusted service you have booked is not compromised by a simple misunderstanding of the rules regarding modern smoking alternatives. The common misconception that e-cigarette vapor is merely harmless water vapor is the primary reason passengers are often surprised by the strict bans. In reality, the aerosol produced by vaping devices is a complex mixture of chemicals, not just water. The main components of e-liquid are typically propylene glycol, vegetable glycerin, nicotine, and a variety of flavorings. When heated by the device's atomizer, these chemicals form a visible aerosol cloud that, while different from smoke, is far from inert. This aerosol contains fine and ultrafine particles that can behave in ways that are problematic within the confined and highly controlled environment of an aircraft cabin, creating issues that operators are keen to avoid. One of the most significant concerns for operators is the residue that this vapor leaves behind. The glycerin and glycol compounds in the aerosol are slightly oily and can create a thin, sticky film on interior surfaces over time. This includes the windows, polished wood veneers, control screens, and most importantly, the luxurious upholstery. While this film may be less visible than the tar from tobacco smoke, it builds up and can attract dust and dirt, dulling the finish of the high-end materials and making the cabin feel grimy. Removing this stubborn residue requires specialized cleaning agents and significant manual labor, adding to the maintenance workload and costs, which runs counter to the goal of keeping the jet in pristine, charter-ready condition at all times. Furthermore, the vapor can pose a direct threat to the aircraft's sensitive smoke detection systems. These detectors, particularly the sophisticated ones found on modern jets, are designed to identify particulate matter in the air. The dense aerosol cloud produced by a vaping device can be easily mistaken for smoke, triggering a fire alarm in the cabin or even the cockpit. A false alarm at 40,000 feet is a serious event, initiating emergency procedures, potentially forcing the flight crew to divert the aircraft and causing unnecessary panic and disruption. For an operator, the risk of a single vape pen causing a full-blown safety alert is simply not a risk worth taking, making a complete ban the only logical safety protocol. Ultimately, the decision to prohibit vaping is rooted in the same principles that guide the ban on traditional smoking, protecting the aircraft asset, ensuring passenger safety, and delivering a consistently high-quality experience. The unseen residue compromises cabin integrity, and the vapor itself creates a direct risk of triggering critical safety systems. For the discerning traveler, be it a C-suite executive or a luxury leisure client, the expectation is a clean, neutral, and perfectly functioning environment. By including vaping in the no-smoking policy, licensed operators uphold this standard, ensuring that the air in the cabin remains as pure as the luxury experience they promise to deliver on every single flight. If you, your client, or a guest in your traveling party requires a jet where smoking is a non-negotiable necessity, the most critical step is to adopt a proactive and transparent approach from the very beginning of the booking process. The worst possible strategy is to assume it will be permitted or to try and conceal the request, hoping to ask for forgiveness rather than permission. This approach will almost certainly lead to disappointment, conflict, and potentially significant financial penalties. The most reliable and professional way to secure a suitable aircraft is to work directly with a seasoned local expert or a well-connected charter broker who has extensive experience in catering to a wide range of client needs, including those of smokers. These professionals are your greatest asset in navigating this niche requirement. When you initiate contact, this need must be the very first thing you disclose. Be upfront and clear. I am looking to book a charter for a party that includes smokers, and we require an aircraft where this is explicitly permitted. This immediate transparency allows the broker or operator to filter their search accordingly, saving valuable time and preventing you from going down the path with operators whose fleets are strictly non-smoking. An experienced broker will not be fazed by this request. They will view it as a critical parameter for the search, just like the destination, passenger count, or desired aircraft size. They can then leverage their private networks and industry relationships to identify the rare aircraft owners or boutique operators who are willing to accommodate this specific need. This proactive approach is especially vital for business owners, event planners, or corporate travel departments. When you are responsible for arranging travel for a high-level executive or a VIP guest, there is absolutely no room for error or last-minute complications. Ensuring every detail of the journey aligns with the passenger's lifestyle and preferences is paramount to providing a truly bespoke and high-quality service. By addressing the smoking requirement head-on, you demonstrate foresight and diligence, reinforcing your reputation as a capable and thorough planner. This initial step sets the stage for a smooth booking process, where all parties are aligned and working toward the common goal of a successful and satisfactory flight experience for the end client. Remember, the goal is to find a solution that works for everyone: the passenger, the operator, and the aircraft owner. Dishonesty or a lack of communication only creates friction and undermines the trust that is essential in the world of luxury aviation. By being forthright about your needs, you empower your broker to find that rare unicorn jet, ensuring that the flight experience is not only luxurious and comfortable, but also free from any potential conflict or misunderstanding. This honesty is the foundation upon which a successful and stress-free smoker-friendly charter is built, allowing you to secure the right aircraft with total peace of mind and confidence in the arrangements. Once you have found an operator willing to accommodate your request, the process then rests on three essential pillars: clear communication, honest discussion about costs, and meticulous documentation in the contract. These elements are non-negotiable for ensuring a seamless experience. The first pillar, communication, must remain open and continuous. You or your broker should ask specific questions to understand the exact rules. Will smoking be restricted to a certain area of the cabin, like the aft section? Are there limitations on what can be smoked? For instance, cigars only. Clarifying these details in advance prevents any confusion or inadvertent rule breaking once you are in the air, ensuring the flight proceeds smoothly and according to the agreed-upon terms. The second pillar is an upfront and transparent acknowledgement of the extra costs involved. A smoker-friendly charter will invariably be more expensive than a standard one, and it is crucial to understand and accept this from the outset. Expect an honest conversation about the deep cleaning surcharge. This is not a punitive fee, but a necessary operational cost to restore the aircraft to a pristine condition for the next passenger. Ask for the exact amount of this fee so it can be factored into the total charter price without any surprises. For business owners or corporate departments looking for affordable solutions, having this figure clearly itemized allows for accurate budgeting and demonstrates a full understanding of the service being procured. The final and most critical pillar is the contract itself. A verbal agreement or a casual email confirmation is not sufficient protection for either party. The charter agreement is the legally binding document that governs the flight, and it must contain explicit language confirming that smoking is permitted. This clause should detail all the specific conditions discussed, including any designated smoking areas, the types of products allowed, and the exact amount of the cleaning fee. Having this in writing provides absolute clarity and serves as the definitive record of the arrangement. It protects you, the passenger, from being wrongly accused of violating policy, and it protects the operator by ensuring you have formally agreed to their terms and associated costs. For luxury travelers, brokers, and business planners, mastering these three pillars is the key to successfully arranging a smoker-friendly private jet charter. It transforms a potentially complicated request into a straightforward business transaction. By communicating clearly, accepting the associated costs, and ensuring every detail is captured in a legally binding contract, you can deliver a high-quality, reliable, and truly customized travel experience. This meticulous approach guarantees that the flight meets the unique standards of your client or yourself, providing total peace of mind and ensuring the journey is memorable for its luxury and convenience, not for any preventable issues. As we bring this comprehensive guide to a close, the central takeaway is one of clarity and managed expectations. The freedom of private aviation is not absolute. It is a carefully curated experience governed by principles of safety, asset protection, and a commitment to impeccable quality. The question of whether you can smoke on a private jet is answered not by federal regulations, but by the strict business-driven policies of the operators and owners who manage these valuable assets. The industry standard is overwhelmingly a no-smoking environment, a rule designed to protect the aircraft's resale value, ensure cabin integrity, and provide a consistently pristine setting for every single client, regardless of their travel purpose. This policy is a hallmark of the professional, trusted services that define the peak of luxury travel. Understanding this landscape is the first step toward a seamless journey. We have explored the three main policy types you will encounter. The ubiquitous, strict no-smoking rule common among major operators. The negotiated exception of restricted smoking, which comes with significant fees and conditions. And the rare, elusive unicorn, jet, that is genuinely smoker-friendly. We have also clarified that modern alternatives like vaping and e-cigarettes are almost universally included in these bans, not because they are identical to traditional smoking, but because their vapor can still compromise cabin systems and leave unwanted residue, creating risks and maintenance challenges that professional operators are unwilling to accept. This knowledge empowers you to plan effectively. Ultimately, your private jet experience should be a direct reflection of your standards, fast, reliable, and tailored to your specific needs. The policies surrounding smoking serve as a powerful illustration of why clear communication is so vital in this industry. Attempting to hide your needs or assuming flexibility where none exists is a recipe for disappointment and potential conflict. Instead, an upfront, transparent approach allows you to align with an operator that can truly meet your requirements. This ensures that every flight is not only luxurious and comfortable, but also free of stress and misunderstanding, allowing you to focus on the purpose of your trip, Whether it is a critical business negotiation or a well-deserved leisurely escape, let this guide serve as your foundation for navigating the nuances of private aviation. The rules are not in place to inconvenience you, but rather to uphold the very standards of excellence that attract discerning travelers to private jets in the first place. By respecting these policies and engaging with operators in an informed and professional manner, you guarantee that your experience will be nothing short of exceptional. The sky is a domain of immense freedom, but it is a freedom best enjoyed within a framework of mutual respect and understanding between the passenger and the provider, ensuring every journey concludes as perfectly as it began. To bring our discussion home, let us reiterate the most crucial point for any traveler, business planner, or C-suite executive: your private aviation experience should always be customized to your lifestyle and demands. The policies on smoking are just one of many variables that underscore the importance of working with experienced, reliable local experts and licensed charter operations. These professionals are the key to unlocking a truly bespoke travel solution. They possess the insider knowledge and industry connections required to navigate complex requests, transforming potential obstacles into seamless arrangements. Their expertise is what separates a standard flight from a truly first-class, personalized journey, ensuring your peace of mind with every booking. When you partner with a seasoned charter broker or a reputable operator, you gain more than just access to an aircraft. You gain a dedicated advocate. They are the ones who can find affordable solutions without compromising on the high-quality service you expect. For a request like a smoker-friendly jet, their role is indispensable. They conduct the discreet inquiries, negotiate the specific terms, and ensure that all agreements are meticulously documented. This level of professional support removes the burden from your shoulders, allowing you to entrust the logistics to a capable partner while you focus on your own priorities, confident that every detail is being handled to the highest possible standard. We encourage you to engage with this topic further. The world of private aviation is dynamic, and personal experiences often provide the most valuable insights. Have you encountered a specific smoking policy on a private jet charter, whether positive or negative? Have you successfully arranged a smoker-friendly flight for a client or yourself? Sharing your stories and questions in the comments below can help build a richer understanding for our entire community of discerning travelers. Your experience contributes to a collective knowledge base that helps everyone navigate the skies with greater confidence and sophistication, fostering a more informed and empowered clientele. Your next flight should be a perfect extension of your personal or professional world, effortless, efficient, and enjoyable. By understanding the rules of the air and leveraging the expertise of trusted professionals, you can ensure that it is. For more pro-travel tips, in-depth explorations of aviation standards, and insider information on what to expect from truly exceptional service near you, we invite you to subscribe and join our community. The ultimate luxury is a journey where every detail is anticipated and every need is met, and that is the standard you should always expect and receive.